Your pet would like to have a word with you. In fact, your dog, cat, bird, horse, fish, even bearded dragon would like to have an entire conversation with you. But having that trans-species discussion is difficult without an interpreter or go-between, a specifically skilled individual who's been communicating with our animal friends for more than 3 decades, bridging gaps in understanding, elevating relationships, building peace and harmony among all Earth's creatures. That person is Susan Vaughn, the Animal Whisperer.
In this episode, he didn't want a home, but she saved him anyway. The Avila family was so excited to move into their new home. It felt like a fresh start, full of possibility. What they didn't realize was that they weren't the only ones living there. A beautiful, fluffy black cat had already claimed the space. The Ring camera would alert them every time he appeared, quietly perched on the porch like he belonged there. He looked like the perfect tuxedo cat, sleek, healthy, with the feathery tail wrapped neatly around his feet. Camila would watch him through the patio door, completely taken with him. Eventually, she started leaving food out, and she gave him a name, Alfredo. I'm Susan Vaughn, the Animal Whisperer. Animals are always communicating through energy, emotion, and behavior. What I do is gently tune into those emotional signals and help people understand what an animal might be feeling, whether that's stress, confusion, loyalty, grief, simply a need that hasn't been met yet. And I got to walk alongside Camila during her journey with Alfredo. From the beginning, Alfredo made one thing perfectly clear. He didn't want to be domesticated. If Camila got too close, he would run and disappear under the bushes. But still, he came back every day, twice a day, for years. And then one day, he was gone. Months passed before he returned, and when he did, everything had changed. He had lost a lot of weight, and one of his eyes looked white, possibly blind. There was a large patch of missing fur across his face. He was clearly injured and struggling. Camila knew she had to help him. She tried to trap him so she could get him to the vet, but Alfredo was far too clever for that, so instead, she did what she could from a distance, adding antibiotics and supplements to his food. Some of his wounds began to heal, but not for long. He kept coming back with new injuries. And then one day, Camila noticed something that really frightened her, bloody paw prints across the porch. He was limping now and in pain, and that's when she made a decision. She was going to help him no matter what it took. Eventually, she was able to trap him and get him to a veterinarian, and around that time, I connected with Alfredo. And what he shared was something I hear sometimes with animals like him. He just wanted to be left alone. But both Camila and I understood what that would mean for him. In his condition out there on his own, he wouldn't survive. So this became a journey of being in that very tender, complicated place where what an animal says they want and what they truly need don't fully match. X-rays showed that Alfredo's wrist was broken. There were other serious injuries too, and euthanasia was recommended. But Camila wasn't ready to give up on him. She chose to move forward with treatment, a cast for his leg, and full-time indoor care. And at first it wasn't easy. He was miserable, confined, longing for the outdoors, for the life he'd always known. Camila created a quiet space just for him, sometimes sleeping in the room so he could get used to her presence. She never forced contact, she just showed up with patience and respect. And in many ways, they were mirroring each other, both of them adjusting, both of them stretched beyond what felt comfortable. After a month, things took another turn. The bone in Alfredo's leg wasn't healing, it was deteriorating. It could have been infection, it could have been cancer. The only option left was amputation. Again, euthanasia was suggested, and again, Camila chose to keep going. After the surgery, Alfredo had a long recovery ahead of him, but something remarkable happened. Within just one day, he figured out how to move on 3 legs. He made his way to the litter box on his own. He adapted. He was stronger than anyone expected. 3 weeks later, the cast came off, and so did the cone. And that felt like a celebration for all of us. His healing hasn't been a straight line. There have been setbacks, small improvements, moments of progress, and moments of concern. But slowly, he's finding his way. Camila says he still doesn't want to be touched, but he allows her presence now. He takes treats from her. His communication has softened. The hisses, they're still there, but gentler, more like boundaries than fear. And she listens. She's even building him a catio so he can safely experience the outdoors again. This journey has changed both of them. Camila has deepened her understanding of animal communication, of holistic care, and of herself. She's faced her own emotions, grief, guilt, love, and allowed them to move through her. She told me something beautiful. She said, "I think Alfredo started me on a long spiritual journey." Through him, she began meditating, opening herself in new ways, learning how to truly listen. And she feels that he understands, that he knows what she's been trying to do for him all along. Today, there's a quiet sense of peace between them. Not perfect, not finished, but real. He's gaining weight. He's more comfortable. He shares space with her now. And in his own way, he connects. There are moments where he lets her in just enough, where there's a shared understanding. And what I feel from him now is something simple but profound. I'm okay being here with Camila and you in this moment. And underneath that, gratitude.
For more episodes in the series, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. To learn all about Susan Vaughn and her services, visit her website at animalwhisperer.net. Be part of the community by subscribing to her Facebook page, animalwhisperer.net. Then sign up for Susan's newsletter to enjoy more of her fascinating animal-human communication stories. So, until next time, join Susan as she talks to the animals on The Animal Whisperer.